Hi guys, so this is a video on why I changed from Ténéré 700 to KTM 890 Adventure R. So let's start by talking about the low center of gravity, which actually was the main reason, I would say, why I changed from a Ténéré 700 to this KTM 890 Adventure R. So as you know, the center of gravity is down below on the bike, and you can really see it how it's made. And one thing I had a problem with the Ténéré was that you know, I'm 179 centimeters, I weigh 65 kilo, which is not that much. I'm not that strong, and I'm not an experienced off-road rider. And when I had to, you know, turn it around in areas like this, I had a hard time doing that. But with the 890, you can easily turn it around. It's actually quite a big difference, I would say. And also I fell down a couple of times with my Ténéré, put it to the ground, and I had to pick it up. And because the weight is not distributed the same way as the 890, it also was a pretty big challenge for me to pick it up from the ground because of how the weight is distributed.
Well, I'm a beginner off-roading. I've been riding a lot of bikes before, but haven't ridden so much off-road. And of course there's no one bike wonder. I mean, if I had to choose between different bikes, and if I had a garage with many bikes at home, yeah, I probably would have made a different choice. But I only have the possibility to own one bike, and for that the 890 Adventure R fits me, because I can take it out on the street, on the tarmac, and have really fun with it, because it has 105 horsepower and a lot of torque and a quick shifter, which makes it pretty fun to ride on the tarmac. If you compare it to the Ténéré 700, well, the Ténéré 700 isn't that bad on the tarmac actually, and I would say the first time I rode the Ténéré 700, I was really impressed. From the 7 bikes I own, the Ténéré was the one bike that really impressed me the most. It had so much character and soul to it. So I really liked it from the first time I rode it. I test rode it. I had it for 1 hour, I think, and yeah, it was. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change anything. It's just from the shop. It's perfect. This bike, the 890, I wasn't that impressed from the start, and I think it's. You probably hear the motor. It doesn't sound really nice, and you have to. I would say, at least, my opinion, you have to put a aftermarket exhaust to it or something, because it doesn't give me that feel, you know.
The second reason why I changed to the 890 is actually the riding modes, which I thought I wouldn't need when I bought the Ténéré 700. As for an unexperienced off-road rider with a heavy adventure bike or a middleweight adventure bike, those things helps. I mean, the riding modes, the off-road mode in this case with the 890 Adventure R, and you can put it in rally mode as well, helps you in those situations a little bit. So it makes it easier for you if you are a beginner and you want to take your pretty heavy adventure bike off-roading. We talked about the low center of gravity, we talked about the riding modes, and the third thing will be the practicality. This 890 Adventure R has a fuel tank with 20 liters comparing to 16 liters of the Ténéré. It also has tubeless tires comparing to the Ténéré, which has tubes in it. So it's easier for me as a beginner, haven't changed tires so much, to, you know, when I have a flat tire I could more easily fix it with a tubeless tire. The Ténéré 700 was in the damping, it fits me better, I would say, from the beginning comparing to the 890 Adventure R. The 890 is more rigid and hard, so you have to play with the settings a little bit to make it more soft, as I wanted the 890 to be from the beginning. So the T7 fit me better with the damping from the beginning because it was softer, which I like. As the more experience you get, maybe you want it a bit more hard. Also, the standard seat of the Ténéré is better than the KTM. The KTM is pretty hard. I now have a lower seat on the KTM because I need to reach the ground better, but the standard seat on the T7 is more comfortable. Also, the wind protection from the T7 is better than the 890. You could actually rise the screen on the 890, but it doesn't really help from the buffeting as much as you would hope. The T7, you sit more down in the bike comparing to this one, so you don't get this wind blast as the 890. And the T7 it's a more comfortable bike, long journeys, I would say, on tarmac.
So when I rode the Ténéré for the first time, I felt it was huge, very big and tall. I couldn't almost reach the ground. And then I had it for a couple of months. I did some courses, off-road courses with it, and I thought that, yeah, maybe I should just try out the 890. I did try the 790 Adventure without the R before, and I didn't like it. So I said, okay, I need something that I could control better as a beginner in off-roading. And I tried the 890 Adventure R, and I felt it felt small. I mean, comparing to the Ténéré, for me at least. I feel that when I'm standing up like this, it's like almost riding a Duke or something. I mean, it doesn't feel like a big adventure bike. And when you get off the bike and look at it, whoa, it's big. But it doesn't feel that way when I'm riding it, as well as when I'm sitting down like this. You feel that you have the bike underneath you. If you're a taller guy, as I said, I'm 179 centimeters. If you're a taller guy, as my friends who ride the Ténéré, they like that bike better, because here in the 890 Adventure R, I feel that I'm a little bit cramped sometimes, especially when I'm sitting down. My knees are a little bit too bent, I would say, so I'm thinking maybe I should lower the pegs a little bit.
From the beginning, I felt the T7 has more soul to it. It has more character, and it's a bike that you you will fall in love with it. It's a really beautiful bike, and it's more or less perfect. The 890, I think it will grow onto me. I think I will keep it for quite some time. I could change the riding modes until I feel that I'm more comfortable off-road. So, you know, you could play around a little bit with the settings. From being a beginner to a really advanced rider, you could have this bike for a long time, I would say.
My advice to you guys is to take both bikes out for a test ride, take them off-road, try to do some more difficult things, and get off the bike, try to turn it around, you know, all those things, and see which bike fits you best. That's my advice for you guys, because none of these bikes are bad in any way, and as I said, it's a matter of personal choice. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe every time I test ride a bike. I will make a review of it as well. Yeah, more things are coming up on my channel soon, I hope. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you guys.